Hello, I'm Richard Davison. I'm one of the directors of the Solway Aviation Museum, but I'm also chair of the Solway Military Trail group, which is a number of museums around the Solway, both the English and the Scottish side, where we've put together a number of attractions and different trails that families and enthusiasts can follow. They start from, say, on the English side, right the way at Silloth, with the Solway Coast Discovery Centre, come through Carlisle to the Cumbria Museum of Military Life, ourselves, and then over the border into the Devil's Porridge, and also the Aircraft Museum at Dumfries, and also John Paul Jones's birthplace cottage, because that's obviously an earlier military aspect, because of course John Paul Jones invaded Whitehaven quite a few years ago. And that trail ends up at another small aircraft museum, which is right at the far end of the Solway. The whole idea, I think, is just really to give visitors another aspect to the coast and try and join different things together so they can get a different experience and probably see a lot of the smaller interesting parts of the military history of the Solway, not just the museum. So it's got a lot of smaller things in between, like Kirkbride, which is a little airfield but was an RAF base during the war, and also Anthorn, which is where the big aerials are on the Solway, which is the Royal Navy, and lots of other things in between. It also includes things that you wouldn't necessarily think of as, like Chappell Nuclear Power Station in Scotland, where I used to work for a time, was a RAF Annan. So that's on one of the trails as well. And it's so it joins together the sort of major military attractions all the way from the sort of Roman times all the way through to modern day, with smaller things that a lot of people just wouldn't know about. So that's the idea: give people an opportunity to have a day out, see something different, but also be able to go to some of the more major attractions and museums around the place. So for the Solway Military Trail, we're still developing the trail, and so we'd be very interested in other areas and that might want to join onto the trail that have got some sort of military history, all the way from like the Romans all the way through to present day, but also any small businesses, particularly sort of, I don't know, tea shops, coffee shops and things that would be on the routes. If they would want to advertise on our website, that might bring small business in for them too. So we're interested in all those things to continue to develop the trails.